Each year, taxpayers fork over about $20 billion in farm subsidies to help keep America's farms up and running. But over the years, more and more of the payments have gone to Fortune 500 companies, the wealthy, and even members of Congress. Ken Cook, who researches the issue, says it makes about as much sense as putting a milk bucket under a bull.
All the big farms get most of the money. 10% of the beneficiaries get over 70% of the payments, because the bigger your farm, the more money you get.
At their best, farm subsidies help American farmers who do well some years but would go out of business other years when crops don't grow or prices are weak. But just look at the number of beneficiaries who live, of all places, in New York City. Often people who've bought or inherited land that qualifies for subsidies, though they live in high-rent city homes. Even New York billionaire Edgar Bronfman Sr. receives farm subsidies. Members of Congress who vote on farm subsidies and earn $165,000 government salaries also can get payments. A dozen of them or their close family have gotten a total of $6.2 million over 10 years. One of them, Arkansas Congressman Marion Barry.
This is land that I cleared myself.
He's grown rice his whole life and has collected subsidies from the start. Today, he and his family members have interests in several farm corporations. You and your family's farming interests received almost $2.4 million in federal payments from 95 to 05, according to records. Is that true?
I don't have any idea. That sounds like an awful lot of money to me.
Whatever the amount, most Americans would hardly envision Barry as the disadvantaged farmer. Can you tell me what your net worth is?
My net worth?
Yes.
I don't have any idea.
No idea.
Well, it's not very much.
Is it more than $1 million?
Well,
this range says $1.7 million to $6.6 million.
That's probably pretty close.
The new farm bill working its way through Congress attempts to cut off some of the wealthy. Under one version, no one earning more than $1 million a year could get subsidies. That wouldn't affect Barry. He's worth a lot, but says his yearly income falls below the $1 million mark. There's nothing illegal or improper about the wealthy receiving farm subsidies. Ken Cook says it's just not fair to taxpayers.
Shouldn't we ask farmers when they come in the door, like we ask so many other people for government programs, do you need the money? How are you doing financially?
For some well-to-do farmers, the harvest is especially bountiful. They're sowing the land and reaping your tax dollars. Sharyl Attkisson, CBS News, Washington.
Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressmen, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!